Okay, modelers, so today we're going to do a bit of a review on these AK books here. These are ones on painting with metallics. And this goes through not just the AK products, but it does go through a lot of the other products as well, which is good. It was something that I was worried about, being an AK publication. I thought it'll just be on their paints like the True Metals and the Extreme Metal paints, but it's not. It's actually got all the other metallizer paints as well. So what I'm going to do, I'll quickly flick through these so you can have a quick look. I don't want to spend too long on every page or anything like that because I'm a bit worried about copyright things, as well as I don't want to bore you going through each page one at a time either. So we'll have a quick flick through. I've already read through, there's 2 volumes, I've read through both of them. So I'll give you a quick explanation and you'll see some of the beautiful work that's in these, and I'll give you an idea whether you think it's worth buying these or not. Okay, so volume 1 here, we start off. As you can see, they're really nicely printed, like, you know, beautiful glossy paper and all that sort of thing, like you'd expect from AK publications. A bit of an introduction there. Then the first few pages goes through a lot about paints and reflective qualities, all that sort of thing, and how it all works and how the metallizers actually work, rusting processes, all that sort of thing. So it's handy stuff. It goes fairly in depth with all that sort of thing, so you understand how paints work and how light refraction works, all that sort of thing. Then we go into the different types of paints and stuff, obviously, and there's a little information on quite a few products that I've never actually used or even heard of, to be honest. Then it goes through each type of metal and the qualities of those types of metal, and you know, different things like their rusting or corrosion, things like that, colour, discolorations, all that sort of thing. So that's all very handy information. Gives you an idea of how to understand if you're, you know, building certain things that should look a certain way. Then we start on some of our techniques here, and this one here is a really good table. It shows you some different paints there, 6 different ones used to get the aluminium finish, and then the plates down the bottom have been weathered over to show you what it looks like once those colours have been weathered. Then it shows you a little bit about doing washes and darkening panels, things like that. A little bit more of that sort of information as well, like using true metals, powders, stuff like that. Then it starts giving examples, actual examples, going through step by step, like with a machine gun there, some rubbing powders, true metal. Then there's a tow cable, which is really handy. A lot of people get those wrong. Then we go on to the thing we're probably most interested in as modelers, is the actual aircraft or vehicles themselves. So this is a really good step-by-step, goes through, not just with like painting it in the metal, but also the weathering, as you can see here on the bombs and all that sort of thing. And then goes on to a few other examples, but with different products. And that's what I loved about this, is showing each example is using a different product, and it shows you the results from those different products, which is really, really good. Then our jets, burnt stains, things like that. This was a really, really good part of the book I really enjoyed, because it's one of them ones I've always struggled with, trying to get jets to look real and all that sort of stuff. Then we've got this beautiful example here of the pod racer. It goes into the bare metal foils. Again, I've never had a lot of luck using bare metal foil for this type of thing, but it shows you how to do it properly. Shows you how to do some beautiful detail work with bare metal foils. Then we start going into our metallic paints, and there's a beautiful example here with this motorbike, because it shows a metallic paint for the bike itself, but also then all the metallics for the engine and how they've achieved that, the weathering that went into it, all that sort of thing. And as you see, it's a beautiful example to use. Then we've got a bit of a gallery here towards the back, and then we've got the chrome painting, which is one of the ones that a lot of us come unstuck with. Chrome, you know, a big area painting with chrome can be one of them areas where you come unstuck. I know I have a few times, especially with the AK products. You know, if you overdo it, it'll cloud up and things like that. But this one here uses the AK product, but yeah, as you see, it goes through step by step again, weathering it and all that sort of thing. The finish example is beautiful. Then we go through chrome that's already chromed on the sprues, and you know, weathering those up before you attach them. Our propeller here, doing coppers, brasses, things like that, how to achieve those sorts of looks. And that's the first volume. And then the second volume is more to do with, as you'll see, it's more to do with painting figures and using like non-metallic colours to get your metallic look. So what I mean by that is a lot of this painting on the figures, there's no metal paints, metallizer paints used. It's actually just standard colours to get those looks of, you know, it's sort of like a fake metallic look. And these ones here, these type of figures are the ones that always fascinate me. You look at them from that angle and it looks like they've got a sheen on them, but it's actually just done with normal acrylic paints, like normal colours. But you've got to look at them from that angle. You look at them from a different angle, it doesn't quite strike you, but very, very clever stuff. And it just continues on along that vein. It gives you a lot of information about metals and how they should look in certain light situations, and you know, how to do highlights and shadows. Then this one here is a step-by-step doing the axe without using any metal colours. Then we've got a face there. Again, goes through your silvered metals, your golden metals, all that sort of thing, golden threads, coppers, you know, like I said, doing your threads on these jackets and stuff like that. Something that's always amazed me. My hat goes off to figure painters, because you see this sort of stuff in real life, it just takes your breath away, thinking people have got that much talent to do some of this beautiful work. Really, really lovely stuff. But this shows you how to achieve it, and I guess it's like anything in our hobby, guys. A bit of practice makes perfect. So yeah, something I really want to get into. I've got a few Warhammer figures up there that I want to try some of this stuff on. But as you see, the results on some of these, and these beautiful photos throughout the book, absolutely gorgeous stuff. There's some more there. And just the quality of these is just awesome. Like the magazine, well, the book itself is just beautiful. The quality of the photos and all that sort of thing, really nice stuff. Then it goes into a bit of a mixed system with some metallics and with some non-metallics mixed in together. This guy here with the helmet, as you see, comes up beautiful. Goes on to like your dotting and stippling, all that sort of thing. How to achieve that, and as you see, like the rusted arm over here. And like I say, all these are step by step. They're all numbered and step by step with the photos to show you what they've done in each step. Then we've got our Predator figure here. Some really clever little tricks here about taking the nozzle off your airbrush to get a splattering effect, to get these sorts of looks on your metals. Some other little tips here about things you can use to get some really distorted and different looks. This is probably my favourite out of this book. Is our C3PO, well, he's not C3PO, but he's the same model of robot, and how to get the look that they've achieved on this. And there's a lot of steps in it, but you know, when you see the finished product, is absolutely beautiful, and it shows you how to achieve that. Then we've got our Terminator figure here. Again, this one here, step by step, what they've done, goes through all the weathering. It even tells you how they painted the teeth and all that sort of thing. So some really great information in this, guys. Shows you the eyes. They were just put in with clear lenses and stuff like that. But as you see, the finished product, absolutely astounding. But it shows you how to achieve that. So there's no reason why anybody can't achieve these effects if you just follow the steps that they lay out in this book. And again, this little fella here at the back. And yeah, this thing here is beautiful as well, like just all the different colours and that, and they show you how to mix and match colours to get that sort of look. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Then the last one's this guy here. It goes through everything from the sculpting right through each step that they do to finish him off. And then this little fella at the back here as well. Again, just some different techniques, different paints that they've used, stuff like that to achieve the looks that they've got on there. And that's the end of the book. But so there's 2 volumes in that, guys. Have a look around at pricing. I got these at a fairly reasonable price through B&A models. But you know, have a shop around, and you can pick them up off the AK site itself, or you know, look on eBay or wherever, pick up your best prices. But if you're into metallics, or you want to do a little bit of metallic painting and things like that, they're definitely worth looking at. Like I say, the second one's more to do with your figures, and the first one here is more your aircraft or any bigger projects like that. So they're distinguished, which is good. Like they've got, you know, people not really into figures at all, which, you know, a few modelers just don't do figures, so they wouldn't worry about getting volume 2, or vice versa with volume 1. But I intend to do a lot more figures, and I love like robots and things like that, so I definitely grabbed the second one as well. And the first one, because I do a lot of aircraft, I had to have it in my collection. But anyway, guys, I can definitely recommend them. And as you see what's inside there, Some beautiful stuff, really well explained, goes through step by step. So you definitely recommend them, guys. But anyway, that's about all I can sort of say on those guys at the moment. Thanks very much for watching the video, like always, guys, and check all my links out down there below. And I'll see you in the next video.